Previously on the O.M.E.N podcast.
It swings its arm forward and throws you down into a deep pit below.
Daddy, do you think that's your commie?
Possibly. I mean, I don't really know what a communist actually looks like. Potentially, that could be it.
I got grabbed by that thing a couple of weeks ago, and now I've been down here ever since.
This is clearly the communist's lab. Like, I can tell. There is a great big logo. Underneath it is written the word Gamma, some kind of human hybridization with machinery. When this beacon's placed down, the creature will be lured towards it, so you could potentially use this to set a trap. And the police officer is standing there alongside this other strange guy. He's got frosted tips on his hair.
Oh my god.
He looks like a hotter Guy Fieri.
There is nothing hotter than the mayor of Flavortown.
These old people don't matter, so quite frankly, you can back off.
I'm gonna push the button on the beacon.
What?
What will happen next? Let's find out in this episode of O.M.E.N.
I'm gonna push the button on the beacon.
What?
I'm gonna push the button on the beacon.
Okay, are you doing that subtly, or are you...
No, I'm gonna do it quite openly, because, I feel like being petty right now.
Jesus fucking Christ, okay.
It was like, how about, Mr. Steele, let's deal with it right now.
Flipping hell. Okay, so you press the button on the beacon, and the beacon starts to make this strange sort of whining sound. Peyton looks at you, and he goes, what the hell did you do that for?
Sir, I got church in the morning. I ain't got to be dealing with this tomorrow.
He slaps it out of your hand, and it lands in the snow, but it's still, like, whining. And he pulls out his gun, and he aims it directly at you and goes, "You O.M.E.N people think that you can control everything just because you're worldwide? This is America, and Gamma is the main force here. This is what we do."
Well, you ain't doing it super well.
And your dad comes up, and he immediately goes and punches the guy. Like, he punches Peyton, and I'm going to see what he punches him for. So your dad walks up to the guy and punches him, and as he does it, he says, "Eat this!" and smacks him, and decks the guy, and Peyton just falls over straight onto the floor and into the snow. At that moment, the police officer then also draws his gun, and when you think he's aiming at you, you turn around and you can see the creature standing there across, like, the car park near the forest. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna wave at it.
You're going to wave at it?
I mean, I still got a chance to recruit this creature to work in the IT department, because I think it'll do really mighty fine in there.
So you wave at this creature, and the creature immediately responds by charging all of you. And it's screaming. It's very angry because, like, part of its face is missing. And it comes barreling towards you guys. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna fire at it in the other side of the face.
Okay. Could you roll for agility?
That is a 22.
I'm going to say that because of how fast it's going, you hit the side of its face, but because it's got a metal cap on the siren, the bullet ricochets off, so it just sort of stuns it for a second. So it falls forwards into the snow and buries itself slightly, and then it tries pulling itself back up. So you've managed to stop it from charging, but it's still coming towards you guys, just slightly slower now. The police officer's going, "Oh my god, what the hell is that?" He's just firing randomly, and he manages to clip it a couple of times. He shoots it and hits, like, its torso, and it starts to sort of bleed a sort of weird copper blood onto the floor, and it starts to scrabble towards you guys in a more frantic fashion. It's very close now. What are you going to do?
Oh man, we could just tell the meth heads that it bleeds copper and they'd be up here potion it immediately.
Flipping hell.
I'm gonna talk to it. I'm gonna try to talk to it again.
Really? You are not but persistent, I suppose.
Yeah, I have no points in persuasion, which, as I think about it now, it's probably a very bad idea. But
Yeah, you probably should have put some points in that. Well, next time you level up, you can put some points in persuasion.
Yeah,
Okay?
in like 5 years when you remember to level us up again.
No, I will do it again. I'll remember to do it next time. Could you please roll for persuasion and then tell me what? Tell me what you're going to say first.
All right, mister, you sit right there. Now, I know you're angry, and I know the officer ain't gonna stop firing anytime soon, but you're fine. I got you a job. I can find you something to eat. You just need to stop charging and sit down right now.
Okay. It doesn't listen. I'm sorry.
Damn it, they gave it a mouth and no ears.
And it smacks you. And it smacks you and your dad with its big, long, sort of bony arm. And it sends you both flying back towards the lodge. Could you please roll for agility?
I got a 6.
Okay. You both go colliding with the lodge. It's quite a painful hit. Your dad, slumps over. You take 3 damage from this. And the creature then goes over and it picks up the police officer and it slams him against the police car and it breaks his neck immediately. And then it flings him toward the side as if he's nothing. And then it comes barreling towards you. It's on its forearms and its legs, and it's sort of coming towards you like a sort of angry gorilla. And it's screaming and bleeding copper all over the snow. What are you going to do?
You don't mess with law enforcement, and then I'm gonna fire at it.
Okay, one more agility.
I got a 22 again.
22. Okay, so this time, as it comes towards you, you see its mouth open, and its tongue is coming out, ready to attack you. And you manage to shoot it directly in the face again. And this creature rears back and starts screaming, and it falls over on its side and lands flat on the ground, splayed out in front of the old folks' home. And the creature is dead. Hello everyone, it's Sean. I'm doing a sort of mid-credits thing again. It's been a while. How are you? I'm good. I hope you're enjoying these one-on-one sessions as much as I've been enjoying doing them. It's been a great way for me to develop the characters away from the main story. I'm very much looking forward to getting on with the main story again. I've been planning it in my spare time, so we've got this really nice, rich town that they're going to be exploring. But I don't want to say too much because it'll spoil it for you. I want to thank Trevor Henderson, who is at Slimy Swamp Ghost on Twitter, for letting us use his Sirenhead Cryptid. Trevor does some amazing work on Twitter. He creates a bunch of really, really unique and odd cryptids by using Photoshop to manipulate real photos. They tend to be pretty damn creepy, and I love looking at them. They're really, really awesome. So if you like sort of creepy imagery and you happen to have Twitter, then you should go and check out at Slimy Swamp Ghost. He's really, really good. Speaking of things that are creepy and go bump in the night, we've actually got our first advert here. The first advert for another podcast. I want to do more of these in the future, so if you have a podcast, let me know about them, and we can do a sort of cross-promotional thing. Today we're going to be listening to a short promo from True Paranormal, the podcast.
Do you have an experience with the paranormal? Do you have an event in your life that just can't be explained? Do your interests lie somewhere other than the mundane, day-to-day events of everyday life? My name is Leo Rizzuti. I am the host of True Paranormal, the podcast. Every week, we explore such areas as hauntings, poltergeists, doppelgangers, cryptozoology, haunted history, and demonic entities. We share listener stories, interview investigators, authors, and try to get the answers that a lot of folks are looking for based on decades of investigative experience. Connect with us on Twitter at True Para Podcast to share your experiences and be part of the show. And check out our broadcast every week on podcast.com/True Paranormal, the podcast.
I really like looking at people's real paranormal events, and a lot of the stuff I do in this series is based off of real things that happen in the world. So I really like podcasts that actually look at real things that happen. Plus, Leo Rizzugi's voice is amazing. It's like smooth butter, but that's just because I like American accents, which is a kind of cruel irony because I really cannot do American accents, but I am doomed to forever enjoy them. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you anymore. Go back to the podcast. Let's see what happens at the end of Annabelle's arc. And next week, we're going to look at Koala Jackson. We recorded a 3-hour-long session for his one. It was supposed to be 2 hours, but we just sort of got onto some crazy stuff and we just saw where it went. I'm really looking forward to listening to that one because it's got a lot of cool Koala Jacksonish stuff in it. Once that's done, we're going to get back onto the main series and it's going to be fun. So, see you later. Bye. So you're all standing there. The corpse of the siren-headed beast is laying in the snow, and then Peyton Steele starts to stir from his knocked-out slumber, and he slowly gets to his feet. He's feeling a bit woozy from the decking he just took, and he says, "Well, I guess my job here is done. If I ever catch O.M.E.N messing around in Gamma territory again, I will shoot you. You know that, right?"
Not if I shoot you first, sir.
He sighs, rolls his eyes, and then gets back in the black van.
Wait, I want to wave at him. Mr. Steele, we're going to church in the morning. You're welcome to come with us. You know where to find us.
He looks at you and goes, "Church is for idiots." And then he collects a sample from the creature and then gets back into his black van and drives off down into the night. And he leaves you there with the horrible creature splayed out over the car park and your dad lying in a slump near the lodge. He's not moving, by the way.
If you just killed my daddy, I'm going to be very upset with you, Sean. I'm going to go check on him.
Okay. You go up to him. He's just lying there, quite motionless. He's quite cold. What do you want to do?
Checking for a pulse.
Okay. You go up to him and you check him for a pulse. Could you please roll for observation?
That's a 12.
You're not getting any pulse. He looks like he's dead, and the emotions that are running through. How are you feeling? What are you feeling in this moment?
Daddy? Daddy, please. I'll shake him.
You shake him, and he's just sort of like lying there, motionless, and I guess there's a feeling of like upset, I guess.
Yeah.
But is there any other emotions going on?
Shock.
You're in shock, and you're feeling all these sort of pent-up emotions. And in that moment, do you feel hot or cold? Whether or not you say hot or cold will completely depend on what happens to your character from now on, just so you know.
Hot.
Okay.
Hot.
Okay, so you feel hot. You feel this energy inside you that you've never felt before. It's like astoundingly powerful feeling of like crackling energy inside you. And you place your hands on him almost instinctively, and you feel like a sort of warm glow around yourself. And he then immediately, his eyes open, and he jerks up and goes, "What was that? What's going on? Annabelle, what happened?"
Hey, Daddy. You doing okay?
I'm confused. Everything was dark for a second, and now. Why am I so cold? What's going? Why am I not in my bedroom?
'Cause Daddy, you went outside without a coat on. Of course you're cold.
What the hell is that thing?
It's the latest millennial trend. You know how they are.
Oh, goddamn millennials killing everything.
I know. They killed the giant, electronic humanoid monster trend. Damn millennials.
You pull him to his feet, and he immediately sort of like lurches forward and goes, "Ah, god damn it! Why is my leg broken?"
'Cause Daddy, you broke it.
When? I don't remember anything. What is happening? I literally cannot remember anything that's happened today.
Well, Daddy, you fell down the stairs. You bumped your head, and you broke your leg. This is why I got you in the home, and I can't give you that cabin that you want so bad.
He then sighs, and you take him inside, and you go back up to your room. You take Roger with you, and you end up going up to your room, and you remember that the window's smashed, so the bed is pretty much out of action because it's fucking freezing in there. Roger offers to let you stay at his sort of log condo for the night, so you all leave there and go into the condo. And the condo is much nicer. He's got like a double pull-out bed in there and like a single guest room. You all go to bed, and you're sort of lying there at night after having defeated this horrible creature and having had this really strange feeling of energy inside you. What are you thinking? Like, what is going on in Annabelle's brain while she's lying there?
I stare at my hands. Like, I feel the warmth tingling through the fingertips.
Yep.
And I don't really know what to feel. But I'm happy my daddy's not gone.
Yeah. You sort of lie there and sort of feel kind of shook up, a little bit confused, but overall kind of glad, and eventually fall asleep. And morning comes, and the birds are singing outside. A new fresh layer of snow has fallen. When you wake up and go outside to try and find the creature, the body has been removed somewhere by someone. You didn't see overnight who got rid of it. Probably someone from that other shadowy organization. And you take your dad to the church. Do you want to talk to him in the car?
Daddy, when's the last time you went to church? I feel like you only go when I make you go.
I would say that I go every week, but you know I don't. I go to IHOP more than I go to church. I've not been in quite a while.
All right, Daddy.
You know how it is.
I know how it is. I know it reminds you of Mama, but sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, the way things are right now, I spend more time just trying to focus on myself nowadays because I'm getting older and like I gotta really enjoy the days I've got, you know, and it's just nice to spend time with you, you know.
I know, and I'm happy that at least you're willing to go to church when I'm here. It makes me really happy.
And he looks down and he's like,
Well, I mean, one good thing is for some reason my leg's healed, so I don't know what happened overnight, but I woke up and that broken leg I had, it's gone. So
Well,
suppose that is a miracle.
I guess it just weren't that broke.
you pull up to the church and you go in for the service. And the service is long and lengthy and has a length to it that is quite long.
Oh God, please stop.
You get out after a couple of hours, and you're now just sort of sitting with him in the town centre. And this will probably be the last time you see him for a while before you get to have another couple of like holidays off. So if you wanted to chat with him about anything that you're wondering, then this would probably be the time to do it before you head back to the UK in order to go on your next mission with O.M.E.N.
Hey, Daddy.
Yep.
About how Mama died.
Yeah.
Y'all always said it was consumption,
Mm-hmm.
but that just don't sound right no more.
Well, what do you mean? I don't understand. Like she passed when you were quite young, so I don't know what to say other than she died of consumption when you were younger.
Daddy, that's not a real thing.
What?
Dying of consumption isn't a real thing, at least not no more.
Yeah, I mean, but back in those days it was, you know, like it happened, you know. I'm very sad about it. Like, she was a great woman, your mom. She took my breath away. She had these gifts. Like, I could be sad, and she just take that sadness and she had like this amazing gift to try and just get rid of all these bad problems in the world. And when you came, she kind of got tired, you know, as things are when you have a kid, you get tired out, and she got tired out, and then eventually, like a couple of years after you were born, she just just gave up, you know? She gave up the ghost. And she was gone. It was a shame. Like, I never found out much about where she came from. I know she was from somewhere like in down in the south. I didn't find much out about her family, but we kept her name, so that's the thing. I mean, like, St. John's apparently a really, really important family to her, so we kept her name rather than mine. Otherwise, you'd be Annabelle Mason.
All right, Daddy. I don't feel like you're telling me everything, but I won't pry.
I don't really understand what happened to her. It didn't make any sense to me at the time, but like, it was when she died, it was a big blur. I didn't really understand what was happening. Every day was just sadness, you know. And I was too busy looking after you to think about myself. I wasn't eating properly, and when she went, she just it was as if she just disappeared. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Annabelle.
It's okay, Daddy. You ain't got nothing to be sorry about.
But I'm sure if she could see you now, she'd be proud of you. You have that same spark she had. I can tell. I can see it in your eyes. I'm sure one day you'll find out more about her. But I didn't know very much about her other than the fact that I loved her very much.
I look at my hands and I rub my fingers together.
There's no sort of like residual feeling of energy there, but you've definitely felt like you've unlocked something, but you're not necessarily sure what it is. But I'm sure that in the future you will learn to control it. So you then leave your dad's back at the old folks' home, and you get in the car and you drive off, and you then take the plane back to the UK, and that's where we shall leave your little voyage to go and see your dad. Thank you for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Bye. The O.M.E.N podcast is powered by Ellipsis RPG, the accessible donationware rule set, now available on itch.io. If you like what you're hearing, please rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. You can tweet to us at the hashtag OMENcast, that's O-M-E-N cast, and who knows, you might get a special mention in one of the episodes from us. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay vigilant. You never know what's out there.